Hello, I'm Dr. Diane Webster. Today I've got a short story to share with you. This is a work of fiction, but it's based on true events. So any resemblance to persons living or dead is coincidental and unintended. So let's begin. 3 Fingers. Accident Clinic, Western General Hospital, Footscray, Victoria, April 1979. I'm rostered to Accident Clinic this afternoon. There are 3 sections to the casualty department of Footscray Hospital. There is the emergency section, where the triage nurse sends patients who are near to death and require immediate medical attention. There's the general clinic section, where patients are triaged who can wait between 4 and 12 hours to see a doctor. And there's the accident clinic, where the patients should be seen within 30 minutes to 4 hours. I quite like the accident clinic. There were always the interesting patients and the weird and wonderful. The triage nurse at the casualty reception would write the patient's symptom or what had happened to them on a sticky post-it note sitting right on top of the file, so each doctor could see what the patient had come in for at a glance. I went to the top of the pile of files to select one and then call the patient in. The sticky note on the top of the first file said, "Male with carrot lodged in rectum." Now, I thought, that's one for one of the male interns to take, especially if they hope to specialise in gastroenterology. It would definitely require the gastro-reg to be called to extricate that one. I put the file to the side and looked at the next sticky note on the file beneath. It said, "Foreskin caught in the zip." Oh dear. I think that's another one for one of the male interns. I definitely have taken my fair share of female problems in the general practice clinic this morning. Nearly every second patient I saw was a female patient with a sticky note attached to their file saying a symptom such as lump down below, or discharge from privates, and female doctor requested. I'm looking forward to working on the upper half of the body this afternoon, and I'm definitely thinking of exclusively treating patients above the neck when I choose my future specialty. I moved on to the 3rd file. I really had to take this one and not keep picking and choosing. It just wasn't fair to the patients who needed to be seen in turn. The 3rd file had a note on it saying, "Work accident." I saw from the file that the patient was a male, 16 years old. I called his name and the nurse said she'd put him in cubicle 3 about 30 minutes ago. I bowled into the cubicle and introduced myself confidently. I saw a very pale youth named Jason sitting on a stool in the corner, staring into space. I thought to myself, oh, this will probably be minor, just a kid kicking up a fuss to get some time off work and wanting a certificate. "What happened?" I said. "Accident at work," Jason replied flatly. I then noticed that his hand, which had been in his lap, was quite thickly bandaged. "Okay, so can you take off the bandage for me and I'll take a look?" I said casually. Jason slowly took off the bandage, and while he did this, I was daydreaming a bit, reading his file, and feeling a little tired. I looked back to Jason and saw he was sitting there with 3 fingers missing, clean slices through them. I stood up quickly, feeling shocked. "Where are your fingers?" I said in an unusually loud voice. It was also unexpected. Before I could catch myself, I felt nauseous and started to black out. I just wasn't expecting this. Why hadn't he told me, or anyone else for that matter, that it was such a serious injury? He was just sitting there, pale and pasty, and staring at his newly missing fingers. I thought quickly, I've got to pull myself together, otherwise I'm going to faint. The doctor can't faint, I thought. I sat back down again and put my head down between my knees to try and get the blood back to my head. After I did this for about 30 seconds, I started to feel light coming back and the blackness receding. "We've got to get your fingers back," I blurted out. "Where are they?" "They're back at the factory," Jason stated matter-of-factly. "Okay, we'll have to organise someone to bring them here so we can try and reattach them," I said, trying to think clearly now, like a doctor should be thinking, who was abreast of the situation, not a doctor that was so weak and pathetic that they're fighting back their own fainting episode. "Let's get you up on a trolley lying down, and I'll go and get some other doctors who can help," I said more gently. My next task was to hand over to the plastic surgery registrar. We needed to arrange to get the fingers, and then most probably the plastic surgical registrar would arrange a transfer to a major trauma hospital, either the Alfred or Royal Melbourne. After all the paperwork was completed and the patient handed over, I continued working my way down the pile of files of patients. There were about 20 waiting to be seen, and I could expect many more to trickle in for the rest of the afternoon. In the hospital cafeteria that evening, I sat down at a table with the plastic surgical registrar and a few other new interns, like myself, first-year doctors. "How did the young lad go who lost his 3 fingers with the work accident?" I asked the reg. "We got the fingers, and he's gone to the Alfred. They don't think they'll be able to save them, though," said the reg. "Oh, were the finger stubs crushed then?" I asked. "Yeah, no good at all, really," the reg replied. "Oh, that's too bad," I said. "Does anyone know how the other patients went?" I asked the other interns who were eating their dinner. One of the male interns piped up. "Yeah, I saw the patient with the foreskin in the zip, and I got the general surgical reg down to get it out. It was a success." "That's great," I said. "We need a few wins for the day." "Did anyone see the chap with the carrot stuck up his bum?" said one of the other male interns. "He was seen by the gastro team and taken up to theatre," said another. "Whoa, that sounds bad," said one of the young female interns. "What I can't understand is," she said, "how did he swallow the whole carrot?" We all said nothing, not wanting to shatter her innocence and lack of knowledge of such extracurricular sexual activities that she had obviously missed in the mainstream medical school curriculum. We all just looked down and kept eating our dinner, trying to get a little food down before our pages went off again for the evening and busy night ahead. Well, that's all. Thanks for listening. You can find some of my other posts on Instagram and TikTok, and I've got a new book just published with Amazon, The Art of Living a Good Life. And I've got more short stories to tell. So if you'd like to hear them, subscribe and like this one. Thank you.